for the Dior's were not on my top 10 list, and the reason why they were not on my top 10 list, I don't know.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Frankie.
And it's your boy Mike. Welcome to the Soul by Soul YouTube channel. We got a good one for you guys today. Today we're talking about sneakers of the year for 2020. We couldn't do it alone, so we got a few special guests in the building.
How's it going, y'all? This is Serge, and today I got on my Air Max 90 Surplus Cargo, straight out of Concepts.
My name is Charles. What's up, y'all? I had the Concords on.
Today I'm rocking the Bread 4s. You guys know I'm a Jordan 4s guy.
For me, I had to go with the top shoe of 2020 for me, and that's the Air Jordan 1 J Balvin Colores y Vibras. You know what it is.
Before we get into the list, I do have some starting off questions for everybody. I just wanted to get a sense of what people were feeling. So what does everyone think about sneaker releases in 2020 amidst the pandemic? Like, how y'all feeling about that?
I think they've been fine. I think it's been a traditional rollout. I don't know if, I think in terms of the pandemic and what we're going through, shipping and those type of items have been kind of like delayed and kind of been hiccups. But I think, you know, all the brands have come out with their traditional rollouts. I think we would have seen these same rollouts if there wasn't a pandemic going on. So I think it's been fine.
The whole like online shopping and like shopping sneakers and like this whole like bot game and stuff like that. Like, I think it was coming anyways, but I think with the pandemic, it just threw gas on the fire and just made it like now we're here and like only Frankie can cop shoes now because he's the only one with a bot right now. So.
Right, exactly.
I don't have a bot, I swear.
That we can neither confirm or deny that. I feel like it just made everything that much tougher to get. I do think though that there was an array of releases. Like they still, you know, there was still some very hot releases of the year, but I think everything was that much harder to get.
Hot releases, I think, definitely got impacted because people had so much time on their hands. And, you know, if you were always interested in sneakers but didn't have the time, the pandemic gave you the time to like finally get into it. So that definitely broadened the audience. I definitely think it also changed kind of the raffle game as well. I feel like with people just being all on their phones and all in their computers, I think people were participating in a lot more raffles as a result. And I mean, as somebody who, you know, won a couple raffles at Concepts, like being in a line with people wearing masks was very, very dystopian-like, if you will. Like, it was just very interesting. Like usually these types of, you know, going into a sneaker store and like seeing other people is kind of like a way to build community, but you're standing in line with total strangers wearing a mask and you're just like, am I 6 feet apart? Am I not?
The pandemic made me like think about some things because I was like, damn, we're not even getting to go out. What am I buying sneakers for?
That's true.
I had a moment. Yeah. And then reality came back and I was like, nah, I still gotta get them. But like the only time, like when's the only time I get to see like wear your sneakers? Like I'm going to the grocery store, like that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
now you're flexing on kids in the grocery store.
Like grandmas getting some like vegetables. Like
wearing off-whites into key food. Like what are you doing?
Is that meme recently was like they don't know that these shoes cost $50,000.
So next question is, what was missing this year, or you know, where did you feel like brands maybe dropped the ball? Like what didn't we get out of this year?
I think what was dished out this year, I don't know if there was anything missing, but I think we did see a lot of, you know, when it comes to Yeezys, when it came to those Jordan 4, just different orange, green, purple colorway. I'm like, you know, I think there wasn't really a lot of creativity.
I will say kind of the top of Adidas being Yeezy, I just felt like they could have came a little stronger with their releases and being creative, because I think all these, like all the Nike, Jordan collabs, New Balance, like all these things were going off, and I feel like Adidas and specifically Yeezys were kind of slacking.
I don't want to go in on Yeezy that much, but I will say that if they don't do anything else other than doing tonal stuff with like 3 different rocks, 1 release, and then 4 different other like rock releases. Like I think it's just kind of getting played out. I think like I'm interested with Jerry Lorenzo coming on at Adidas.
Oh, that's
and
true.
Then, like,
That's true.
I'm not that big of an Adidas guy, but it's always good when you get competition. So like if the Yeezy line is popping up, then it's like, okay, good. Then like Nike has to step up their game or at least draw the attention away so I can get more Nikes.
Biggest miss was not innovating release of sneakers on the big platforms like sneakers and like the Adidas app. Kind of like revitalizing that to make it better during these times, knowing full well people are going to be on there. It could have made for a better year, and it could make for a better 2021.
Now we could kind of get into the shenanigans. So yeah, now we're gonna talk about our top 10 lists for sneaker of the year.
My number 10 was a little bit of thought, but I had to put it on there. It was the Casina Nike Dunk Neptune Green. I think it was like a Korea or like Japan exclusive. So like didn't really see it stateside, but I saw it like on Sneaker News and all that stuff, and it was dope.
For me at number 10, I had the ALD X New Balance 550s. You know, I'm not really into the New Balance wave. I wish I was a little bit more, but I think these were just a banger in all the colorways. If I had to get a colorway, maybe I'll go with the red pair. I really like those, but
those
yeah,
dope.
these had to make my list.
For me, my number 10 is the Jordan Flit 13. Simply stated, retro, classic colorway.
Number 10 for me is going to be the New Balance Bodega Better Days. It's become one of my favorite pairs to rock because A, it's so comfortable, but B, I just really love the collaboration between Bodega and New Balance. This is the 3rd installment of their collaboration together, and they just brought it with this one.
This ALD one that like Mike just said for his number 10, this 550 collab with New Balance, I think just like capped off what New Balance's year was today. Like their year with collabs, they killed it. I think they probably had the best collabs like probably all year.
This is the Nike Stussy Air Zoom Spiridon Cage 2 Fossil colorway. I just thought they were really dope. I still to this day don't know if I could like rock it or pull it off.
So my number 9, right behind me actually, the Jordan 6 DMPs. This is a crucial release because this came right around the Michael Jordan doc, the coveted doc about the 96, 97 Bulls. And so these are a pair that hold a lot of cultural reference and why I think they belong in my top 10.
It's going to be the Ivy Park Adidas Super Sleek 72s. I just think having Beyonce be a collaborator opens a lot of doors for Adidas. And I think this is, you know, they obviously are starting out pretty small out the gate. They're not coming very heavy at it. I think it was definitely something that caught a lot of people's attention.
It probably would have went higher if I copped one, but Kobe 5, probably my favorite Kobe to ball in.
You already know the vibes. The mochas, of course. The dark mochas, I guess technically Air Jordan 1 dark mochas. Shout out to Serge. That's the guy right there.
Oh yeah.
That's the plug. That's the plug. That's the plug when you want a Jordan 1, because he goes for he's a 11, 12, 13 kind of guy. So you know,
he's a high number.
he's a double digits guy. Yeah. So if you have a 1, you know, just talk to him.
For my number 8, it's the Travis Scott SB Dunks. Again, for the culture, Travis Scott collaborations with Nike have been on point, and this was just another rollout that just steamrolled.
That's low, sir.
Got released.
8?
You know, I got some others. You'll hear about them.
For me, coming in at number 8, it's got to be the undefeated Nike Kobe 5s, the What If pack. You see them right behind me right now. Grab them so y'all can see it right now. I think
this is that bot Frankie that we were talking about.
Yeah,
this is not that bot Frankie.
This
This
is
is
bot
not
Frankie.
that bot Frankie. Undefeated just blessed me with these pairs, and I'm very grateful that they did.
This is the part of my top 10 that gets a little harder, but I had to put the Air Max 90 infrared in there. I had my first pair in 2010, and I beat those to death. I'm glad that they brought it back, and I'm glad that they remastered them. Like all those those details that went into that first OG one that they tried to kind of make with the shape and all that stuff. My 2010 pair was pretty decent, but I'm glad they put all this effort into kind of making it right.
For me, I'm gonna go with the Nike SB Dunk Strange Love that released back in February. I haven't been, a dunk guy in the past, but I think those I would definitely rock and just try to create a fit around them. I think the materials, how they rolled it out, just everything was really cool, but I slept on them initially. I think I would have even paid the lower resale at the time. Obviously now it's a K, 1200, whatever it is. But when it was lower resale, I definitely think I should have gone for them.
My number 7 are the Union Jordan 4 Black, nicely encased where Mike is right now. I don't know if I could pull these off, but I do like the colorway. Separate from, I know the Guava Prod was the more limited, highly sought after release, but I think when you have a black sneaker, it's a classic look, no matter what you kind of other combination of colors you put with it.
Coming in at number 7 for me, might cause a little controversy, I don't know, but I'm gonna go with the Nike J Balvin ones, the Colores y Vibras. I'm gonna give an honorable mention, obviously, to the Dark Mochas, but if you want to talk about shoes that made an impact and shoes that had just a huge reverberation, it's these. They're so loud, they're so vibrant. A lot of people are just like, what is this? But yo, the fact that it's sold out on sneakers in less than a minute went to show just how sought after this shoe was.
Me, number 6, the Off-White Jordan 5 black colorway.
Oh, okay.
I had to do a last minute switch up, but for me, I like this shoe. I think they did a really good job with or Virgil did a really good job with the extra details that he put in, and he took out that bulging thing on the inside of the ankle.
It's way sleeker.
It's way sleeker. It's way more wearable, but I think I like 5 more shoes over them.
I'm looking through, the list of everybody else, and I'm seeing, I think we all put these at number 6, unless there's any changes. Wow. I agree.
Cool.
I agree. I don't have much to add. I'll just say, the intentional yellowing at the bottom. I think that was cool of him to add.
For me, Virgil does it again, so it's just another thing, with Virgil and the Nike collab. So yeah, that was my number 6.
I actually don't even like AJ5s like that. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not a huge fan of the colorway.
Yeah.
Hot take for me. I'm not a huge fan of the colorway, but this shoe right here, oof.
Did it.
Oof.
It did it, yeah.
It did it for me.
To me, Dior Jordan 1s, it's that was the shoe. Everyone was looking at that collaboration. You had Travis Scott in the clothing and the sneakers, and everyone was like, wow, this is going to be a banger. But then, 2K price tag, that already takes so many people out the game. So it's just that luxury level that, you will have your Gucci's or your Balenciagas or whatever, and that's your own subset. But you put that with a Jordan, and I feel like then you're talking to the sneaker community. So to put it at the 2K price tag, it's just now who's really able to get it?
It's the clout people.
That's what I'm saying. So I agree with that point, but looking at the shoe and the collaboration, I could still say yo, hats off to them. They did something crazy with that piece. At 8K, 9K, 10K resale for the Dior's now. It's ludicrous.
It's Dior and it's Air Jordan. What? 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 This is insane. Insanity. And the 2000 price tag is just ridiculous and ludicrous and all those words. But man, when you have a luxury brand looking at like one of the top sneaker silhouettes of the sneaker community and saying, we want that one and we're gonna do something with it, that's a no-brainer to be at least in the top 3. You know what I mean?
In a way, like I agree with all you guys were saying about the Dior's and all that. It's a dope shoe. They use like insane leather on them. Like they slap the Dior on it. Like dope. Like colorway, dope. Like the tones, dope. Like, it's a dope shoe, right? But I think, and maybe like a cynical way, I think it was kind of a cop-out. Like if Dior was like, yo, we're about to flex on the entire, like we're gonna make a statement, right? Like I know, like I feel like the Jordan 1 was a little bit of a safer choice. Like they could have went with like a 4, a 3, like a not like, because I feel like the ones right now is like all-time high right now, right? With everything going on, right? So I felt like in that way, that was kind of a little bit of a cop-out. The other thing with like the clout chasing and all that stuff, like I'll never be able to, even if I got a pair of Dior's, I don't think I'll ever wear them, just because like I just couldn't pull it off. I just couldn't like put 2K on my feet like that. You know what I mean? My mom would yell at me. The Dior's were kind of like safe. You know what I mean? Like it's safe. Yeah. Like it's like, all right, like I'm gonna put on a Jordan 1 with these like kind of like, they're not basic colors, but like it's a clean color. It's fine.
For the Dior's were not on my top 10 list, and the reason why they were not on my top 10 list, I don't know. The reason why they were not on my top 10 list is because one thing, it's Dior. It's a luxury brand. Again, and if we talk about within my top 10 list or just in general about cultural impact, what impact does Dior have on the culture, right? I think this is their way to try to get buy-in with the culture. Like, oh, let's hop in, let's do a collab with Nike. Jordan 1 is the grail sneaker. It's the hottest sneaker out. Let's do that. That's where they went safe in that regard. When you're talking about being safe, they're like, let's just do it with the Jordan 1 and let's put this together. Boom, $2,000 price tag because it's Dior. But there's no cultural impact with Dior to me. I think obviously, hey, would I cop it for resale? Yes, I would. I would definitely try to cop it so I can resell that. Absolutely, I'm not.
Yo, Dr. Frankie, I heard he got a bot.
But for me, they weren't on my top 10 list because there was zero cultural impact. It's more, if I really wanted to get darker into it, there is some culture vulture aspect to that sneaker as well.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Talk about it.
Which is why it's not on my top 10 list. But, you know, good collab, high price tag, good resale, but not on my list.
You know what? See, if they did a Jordan 2 with Jordan 2 with
fine, do that.
Being like a very like luxury, like they were trying to go for that luxury kind of look and all that stuff.
Patent leather.
And the 2 is like not like popular whatsoever. And like Dior was like, yeah, that's our shoe. We're gonna do it up.
That would have been dope. That would have been more respected.
We're gonna Dior it up, right?
Serge, I would just say I understand totally what you're saying of the culture vulture aspect of things. I still think it has to have a place in a top 10 list of sneakers of this year. Maybe you'll peg it down, you know, maybe you throw it at 4, 5, whatever, right? But I just think that regardless of what they did with it, you can't deny the hype around it, and that is also part of the culture too.